call me fuego. 93 like me, fire in the sheets, spending summers on the sea. It's okay though, she know way home. Better feel life on the day,
Sit there on the couch. I picked Dignitas. They came in second last week. They had a great performance. They just didn't clutch out enough wins. In fact, it was kind of spread out evenly last week. We had 4 teams that won 2 chicken dinners each, 4 teams that won 1 chicken dinner each, and then all the teams that might have gotten a lot of kills but didn't get a single win, unfortunately placed out of the top 8 and thus placed out of the money. So with that in mind, Cam, I mean, I'm curious to know, if you had to pick a pick'em, what team would you pick?
You see, this is why I like being on the casting team, so I don't have to do that. No, I think it honestly is very, very, very difficult to pick against the SONIQS because they looked so good. And this isn't even talking about the fact that they were BJS International World Championships, won the most money. Everyone else at the event, USA. Even beyond that, they are just some of the best teams in the world consistently, one of the most consistent North American teams. They look so great on week 1, but Dignitas, their approach to this new format, I think, is incredibly exciting to watch. And so when you compare how long these teams have been together, Dignitas arguably has more room to grow, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to bring. But looking at this first circle, I was about to say it was a nice plane path. I believe had made an entire 180-degree rotation from the west to the east side, but no, Akreche back onto TSM's position, trying to take their spot. BHZ with the seat swap, but Penta does come out. SONIQS giving them a little bit of support. Penta has been finished off by Brucho. Let's see if Luke 12 can't answer back. Get the spray down, and that's it. Akreche are going to be the first ones eliminated.
It was a good trade to start. As you said, Penta got taken out, unfortunately, but TSM are going to pick up some much-needed kills there to start the game and continue to hold that good position up here to the north. Here come TSM and Wildcard as well through SONIQS territory.
Wildcard are paying no mind, but TSM are having to push through this wall. And the high ground that SONIQS have, the plateau that the team has overlooking TSM, has got to be a powerful position, but will they be aware of Pretty Curdy's grenade? They spotted him out now. Ayla going down. Can it be a second knock? Shrimzy finds 2, and it's all onto Luke 12 to keep TSM's hopes alive in game number 1.
Great connection there by Shrimzy. You can see Mime keeping a watchful eye on Luke 12 as he tried to get another angle onto this. The trees are giving him a little bit of coverage, but there's still other teams in the area, and Rage rotating out to the west, and Luke just looking for any kill, anything that they can really play from this at this point. He's got the low ground, he's outside of the zone, and his options are starting to become more limited. Similarly, now Latin Dominus have found themselves into the zone. They've still got the high ground, but they're right along the edge. So United, while it kind of looks good on the mini-map, do need to be a little bit mindful of Latin Dominus, especially depending on where this next phase shifts.
The problem is the high ground that you mentioned Latin Dominus having. The only hope for EU United in terms of trying to even up this fight is other team being able to shoot from the low ground past EU United, like Veritas or Dignitas, but I don't know if the tree cover is going to give them that many options. Valley 8 goes down. A great start for Latin Dominus's approach, and Fischer's going to go and try and finish that kill off. Valley 8 is separated, as he is historically want to be from his squad. He loves to play that scout sort of anchor position. That kill is going to be stolen by Punij.
And you see, I mean, Waldo Cherry also kind of queued up on each other. But meanwhile, back again to the east, Guadalajara Gas Cans 22. I mean, Gas Cans haven't really had too much time for a breather here. They've been fighting just about every team that's tried to play in onto the east. You can see as the circle's closing in, they are closing in onto 22. Good shooting out by Hikerman, but nothing is connecting. No knocks found just yet, but Oldless is going to push in real close. Hikerman does connect, but it's traded. Oldless actually goes down to a vehicle explosion. That buggy is going to be the thing that takes him down here, and so Gas Cans slowly starting to fall apart. And as you can also see here, the circle did shift away from this compound.
Good Molotov. He's going to burn out the last player of 22 on the stairs. Hikerman has the shots, has the angles. Unfortunately, was not able to save his fallen teammate as Latin Dominus has been shooting from the south, been trying to pick that one up. And we also see Dodge rotate in. Sorry, Dignitas here rotate in, not far from Dodge, as this Phase 5 shift has gone towards the north. But they're going to have to worry about a number of other teams coming from the south, namely E United and Veritas, but Latin Dominus also eyes on the circle.
And you can see as well, EU hasn't taken their eyes off Latin Dominus at all. I mean, I think they're kind of taking into account what they can do with Dignitas up to their north, and maybe wanting to play the angle that Latin Dominus would most likely come in on. So EU United trying to pick really their battle here at this point. The battle is Dignitas, Veritas, or Latin Dominus, and with just those two members left, they're running out of options. You can see Veritas starting to inch a little bit closer to Dignitas here. And I mean, you can see as well, there's so many DMRs and Bolties out right now. Everybody is just watching for that shot.
You can just tell the threat of the open area around E United. It actually forced them to deploy these smokes. Arguably early in the round, but Latin Dominus, they're going to send a vehicle send on this compound. Gascans just took this from 22. They're defending it reasonably well so far. Aliyev does go down, but Pippa with another angle. The last one up for Latin Dominus gave his position away, down to 13 HP, hoping that the grenade saves him and his squad from doom.
And at least saved him long enough to pop off that first aid kit. You can see back up to 75 HP, but Hikerman and Adam can't really overpeak this as well. They've been getting a little bit of pressure out from the west, but they're not going to leave that tree alone until they have taken care of Pippa. Hikerman is just completely locked in onto this, and as the blue moves, so does Pippa. And here comes the shots out from gas cans.
Got the first aid off just in time. Another grenade's going to come out, but not before he gets a knock on a Hikerman. This makes it a 1v1, but Adam is there to save his squad. But will he be able to get the revive on a Hikerman? Because the blue is still pushing in, and they have yet to get into the circle. He is forced to grab a vehicle of his own and just make a send through. But this rotation around, yeah, he's leaving his teammate. A final goodbye, a final blow of a kiss.
There's not a lot you can do left with that, and this is a very crowded zone, so Adam using that car for what little bit of coverage he can have. You can see there's still plenty of rocks and trees out here, but with so much crossfire happening between so many squads right now, SONIQS shooting into Dignitas, and Adam is just going to try to center himself up as face. Well, actually, I think this might be... No, Punij has to be able to see him from here.
Could be Dodge. Seen a couple of shots, or maybe even Veritas from the south, but Punij definitely sees him. The problem is, Punij is by himself. He needs to wait for the right opportunity to take the shot, and there it is. This, can you see it? Oh! Clips the ear! Only 21 damage with the bolt action, but he saw the blood. I think he thought that it did more damage than we know it did. So he's trying to go for one or two more shots, but no, there it is. Veritas' angle is finally found onto Punij, and so Dignitas are out. We're not able to fortify their position in time.
You got to take those shots and take any chance you have. Adam getting spotted out as well. Picked off by Vegas this time. Dodge doing quite a bit of work out of this real position right now, but you can see Veritas still leading in kills. SONIQS 4 of their own, but struggling to get in just as free as they would like. Wildcard actually getting good pressure on. You can see every time Tickleton and M1ME peek, they are kind of met with a little bit of trouble, as are Oath here with Enrage right along the edge.
You can see so many teams. We turn away from them for maybe 10 seconds, and they lose 3 members in the blink of an eye. The approach to these circles have been incredibly difficult. First it was Dignitas, now it's Oath, and it's down to Kickstart. 10 HP, lying in a smoke, hoping that Enrage or Dodge don't spot him. Fortunately, Luke 12, the solo sneak up the north, has taken care of at least one member of Enrage, and Halo Senpai has taken some damage from, I have to assume that was Veritas. Is going to open up Kickstart's area just a little bit, but unfortunately not. Vegas still looks that direction, but now SONIQS being approached by Wildcard.
This nade could be huge right now. You see still plenty of throwables left for SONIQS. Tig's going to use one more and see really any peek that they can get. M1ME holding an alternative angle onto this, but the damage being traded back out. Wildcard just playing on this ledge right now, and Veritas still above them, but doesn't have the angle to really assist in this. In fact, we saw Veritas really, if anything, helping out Dodge to the west, where they've had better line of sight onto things. So as the last of the throwables that Tig has are coming out, there's really not too much they can do past this until they can clear out Wildcard to play this position, but Zealot with a beautiful nade, and it is going to be traded. Hwinn picked one up for that as well.
We've seen Zealot toss out a couple of great grenades last week, and it is not stopping now, but Tickleton, he's not stopping either. Pushing forward, pressing forward, trying to assist his squad, allowing Hwinn to get the revives on M1ME and Shrimzy, and it's all up to Maji. In a 1v1, in a 1v2, and Veritas trying to find that angle that you said. The tree is making it difficult. The ridge line is making it difficult. The smokes are making it difficult. But they're putting so much pressure on this fight. You have to imagine no matter which team comes out on top, it's not going to be that comfortable of a position. But Tickleton, he's trying to answer back. He has eyes onto Jazza. He's focused on so many different teams. And Michael's also been approaching this engagement.
Ooh, good shooting out right now. You can see Veritas has really been the thorn in Sonic's eye to deal with wildcard. Anytime Sonics really get themselves a bit too open, they're punished for it, but that vehicle explosion absolutely annihilates wildcard, and Sonics now can turn their full attention here onto Veritas, who are still a 4-stack. We can see as well, Dodge still has watchful eye on this, but TGLTN getting an opening knock onto Danny G.
This crossfire that Veritas had time to set up because of the previous engagement is working out wonders for them. However, Danny G has been removed, and the revives can continue to come through and make this a 3-on-3. We do see the circle shift on the minimap. No one is center except for a single crate, which would be great for the late game if anyone can grab it. But the run down from the high ground, now suddenly Veritas are the ones having to move into Sonic's position.
I mean, we talked about all the teams and being up as much as possible. We have 3 teams with 3 up. Dodge still with 4 as well. And though Enrage has been very active in the fights, only 4 kills to show. I mean, this is kind of what we've seen from them. They find really creative ways to get into the late game, and then they let everybody else fight it out and wait for that last opportune moment to safely engage.
Shots! A little bit of damage back and forth. No knocks in this 3 versus 3, but TGLTN peeks up again over the ridge, over the smoke, and sees the flank coming in from the side. A headshot onto Michael is going to push him into the blue, and it's going to be the final Molotov and the shots actually, from Sonics to take out 2 of the members. It is just Ethan remaining down to 20 HP. I can show you that your advantage in this game can get taken away from you in a blink of an eye. But let's put our eyes back onto the west side as we see Veritas get removed. It's Enrage versus Dodge.
I mean, Rage's really been fighting Dodge for a bit, and if anything, I think Ethan had just a brief extra few seconds because Enrage was really keeping Dodge's attention out of this. But we see Balkan with the to one of the other teams, and that's been something that's kind of kept this fight going a little bit slower. But you can see that Phase 9 has popped that dot in the center, and it is perfectly in between Dodge and Sonics.
The question is, Enrage have actually made it into the circle. They were about to lose the little bit of cover that they had, but the fact that they're keeping it in this long might mean that the fight between Sonics and Dodge could happen first, but no, Finnis finds the angle, finds the knock, finds the secure onto RDS. It's on to Gubin and Balkan right now to try and find an opening, but they run away from Dodge into Sonics. TGLTN finds another. 1 member of Enrage remaining, praying that Dodge and Sonics fight it out, but it's not gonna happen. Sonics is backing off. They are playing with the blue. They are allowing the blue to dictate what the other teams do.
And you can see Hwinn is still being very careful, watching for when Gubin will suddenly appear. Now that Gubin's starting to run out of Ridgeline, there's not going to be too much longer that I think he can keep the dream going for Enrage, but still 4 up from Dodge. Sonics need to be a little bit careful. You can see Gubin still with the barrel out, might be able to catch one by surprise, but converting that to a kill is going to be the question here. As you can see right now, there's just nowhere for him to go, and he's crawling about as fast as the blue is.
Dodge, you would hope that they would have smokes, but they might be out of utility, but Mime finds the angle finally. The entire shooting gallery of Dodge is open for business. And that might be Gubin answering back. Gubin is there to help save Dodge. Mime is forced to fall away, but it is just Hallow Senpai, and it's not going to be enough. And that's it. Sonics, they take it. 17 kills with game number 1.
Absolutely wild. As you saw, Dodge was completely lined up at the end, and as Sonic started to mow them down, Gubin caught him out by surprise. You saw a bit of a pause there. Dodge fortunately still fell, but unfortunately even more for them, did not go past for that chicken dinner. So well played there for Sonics. He said 17 kills, Cam.
17 kills, game number 1. Sonics with another win. At what point do we just say that Sonics are the best PUBG team in the world? I'm not saying that it's now. I am not saying that it's now. But at what point? Because
I mean, it sounds like you're kind of saying it now.
I'm not saying it. Wing. Because they have just been on a barrel roll this entire year. Anyway, that was such an exciting first